Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Pakistan International Society's virtual learning system. Dear students of class 9th, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Here is your teacher Sarfaz Nadeem, and today you are attending the lecture number 12 of class 9th, and our topic is still continue active voice and passive voice part 3. Today we will learn about the intransitive verbs. About intransitive verbs. Dear students, if you will recall your memory, that in the last lecture, we learned about the direct object and indirect object and transitive verbs. And today, we are going to learn about the intransitive verbs. Dear students, intransitive verb. What is intransitive verb? An intransitive verb is one that does not take a direct object. I'm repeating for you, students. An intransitive verb is one that does not take a direct object. And what is direct object, dear students? If you will recall your memory, then you will get your answer that a noun or a pronoun which comes after an action word is called a direct object, which comes after an action word. So here the definition of intransitive verb is an intransitive verb is one that does not take a direct object. In other words, it is not done to someone or something. It only involves the subject. It means that here the subject is most powerful and action is not going to transfer to the object. In other words, I will say, dear students, the intransitive verb is such a verb which does not contain object, which does not contain object. The opposite of an intransitive verb is a transitive verb. A transitive verb can have a direct object. Means an intransitive verb does not contain direct object. It does not have direct object, while a transitive verb can have a direct object. Now, dear students, here we are going to see that what is written. What does taking a direct object mean? Means in simple that what does mean that a transitive verb does not, a transitive verb takes a direct object and intransitive verb does not take a direct object. What does it mean? Here look, dear students, an intransitive verb does not take a direct object. Here is a bit more on what that means. Now here listen, our see, dear students, here example, he laughed. He laughed. Now, is there any object? No. Can you change this sentence into passive? No. So it means that this is the word laugh is intransitive verb. What is this? Intransitive verb. Again, laughed is an intransitive verb. It has no direct object. You cannot laugh something. You cannot laugh something means the laughed is a verb, but it not through his action, and there is no receiver of an action. Receiver of action is an object, so there is no any receiver of an action. So we say laugh is an intransitive verb. Is an intransitive verb because there is no any object. It has no direct object. You cannot laugh something. Now another example. He told a joke. He told a joke. Now, dear students, is there any object in this sentence? Yes, he is subject, told is verb, and a joke is object. Okay, it means that the verb told is transitive verb. Why? Because it has a direct object. It has a direct object, or you can say it has an object. Okay, now look, told is a transitive verb. The direct object is a joke. You can tell something. For example, you can tell a story, a lie, a joke, etc. Means you are telling what? A joke. What you told? A joke means something is there. Receiver is connected with the action. But here, laughed, there is nothing. We can't say that laughed is a transitive verb. It is intransitive. One more thing, dear students. Can you change laughed into the passive? Laughed by him? You can't. But you can easily change this sentence, he told a joke, into passive. A joke was told by him. Why you can change this sentence easily into passive? Because this verb is transitive verb. It has an indirect object. It has an object, but there is no any object. You cannot change. Now remember that you can find the direct object of a verb by reading the verb and then asking what or whom. These are the, dear student, two words, what and whom. They will help you to identify the direct object. If this question is not appropriate, then you are probably dealing with an intransitive verb. It means that if you are asking what or whom and it is not making you satisfied, then you can say that this is intransitive verb. Have a look, he laughed. Now question, what he laughed? You can't answer. What he laughed means you can't answer. It means this is intransitive verb. But here look, he told a joke. What he told? A joke. So it is giving answer. Then means this is a transitive verb. Dear students, he caught the bus after the party. He caught the bus after the party. Now, if I say what he caught, if you are asking with the help of what he caught, you say the bus. It means the word the bus is transitive verb, and you can change it into passive as well. Now look, caught what? What he caught? You said the bus. This is a transitive verb. It has a direct object. Now, he disappeared after the party. He disappeared after the party. Now, what he disappeared? You can't answer. So, what you will say? Disappeared what? That doesn't make sense. You cannot disappear something. This is an intransitive verb. It can't take a direct object. There is no any direct object. What he disappeared? What disappeared? Okay, he disappeared. What disappeared? You will say he. So he is subject over here. So there is no any object. There is no any direct object. So even this sentence, dear students, cannot change into the passive. He disappeared after the party. Can you change this into the passive? After the party disappeared by him? Wrong. Disappeared by him after the party? Wrong. So you cannot. But you can change this sentence very easily into the passive, like he caught the bus after the party. The bus was caught by him after the party. So hope so. Can you understand what is intransitive and what is transitive? I will again tell you in easy words that intransitive verbs are those verbs which do not take object or direct object, you can say. And transitive verbs are those verbs which take object. Have a look formation and examples, dear students. Now, number one is intransitive verb. What? Intransitive verb. Now here the pirates laughed heartily. The pirates laughed heartily. Now if I ask what the pirates laughed, what laughed? You will say, what laughed? Means there is no any answer. Heartily is not a noun or a pronoun. So this is not an object. It is heartily, it is an adverb. Adverb cannot be come on the place of a subject and object. As I told you in the first lecture as well, that noun and pronoun always takes the place of subject and object, but adverb, adjective cannot be on the place of subject or object. So here, heartily is not a noun or a pronoun. It is an adverb. So adverb cannot take the place of object. So we say the pirates laughed heartily. They are telling more about the laugh. But if we say what laughed, we say nothing. Understand, dear students? Move here in transitive verb. Now look over here. The question is the pirates found the treasure. The pirates found the treasure. Now here we say what the pirates found. You said the treasure. Or what found? Found what? The treasure. So why the treasure is direct object? It means that this verb found takes an object, a direct object. This is called a direct object, the treasure. So a transitive verb transitions to an object to complete its meaning. It translates this action. So you can say, and also, dear student, you can change this sentence into passive. Can you? The pirates found the treasure. The treasure was found by the pirates. But you can't change this sentence into the passive. The pirates laughed heartily. You can't laughed by the pirates heartily. What? Means there's no any sense. You're not able to change this verb, intransitive verb, into the passive. But you can easily change the transitive verb into passive. Now, dear students, we have examples of intransitive verbs. Have a look over here. Here are some more examples of intransitive verbs. With each example, if you read the verb loud and ask what, there will be no answer. There is no answer because there is no direct object. These verbs are all intransitive. Every single person voted. Every single person voted. What voted? Voted what? So means we are not getting our answer. Or we say the jackdaws roost in these trees. The jackdaws roost in these trees. What roost? We can't get answer. So the crowd again, the crowd demonstrated outside the theater. The crowd demonstrated outside the theater. What demonstrated? What demonstrated? We can't get the answer. It means there's these three: voted, roost, demonstrated. These all three verbs are intransitive verbs. These are in this example, demonstrate is an intransitive verb. However, to demonstrate can be used transitively too, like he demonstrated a karate chop of to the class. He demonstrated a karate chop to the class. So this demonstrated is working here as a transitive. You can change into the passive easily. A karate was demonstrated by him. A karate chop was demonstrated by him to the class. You can change this sentence into the passive. Why? Because here is a karate chop is the direct object. It is intransitive verb. It is, sorry, transitive verb. He demonstrated. But here the demonstrated is not a transitive. It is intransitive. And here it is transitive. So dear student, this is the formation and examples of transitive and intransitive verbs. In the last lecture, you learned about the transitive verbs. In this lecture, we are learning about the intransitive verbs. Now, dear students, we have examples of verbs that are transitive and intransitive. That are transitive and intransitive. Some verbs can be transitive and intransitive, dear students. It is very important for you to understand that we have few verbs. They can work as a transitive verb and they can work as intransitive verb. Some same verb can work as a transitive and can work as an intransitive. For example, Mel walks for miles. Mel walks for miles. Now here, dear student, walks is what? For miles. Yes. So what we say is walks is not being done to anything. This verb is intransitive. You can't change even. For miles is not a object. For miles are walked by Mel. You cannot change into the passive as well. So what we say is walks is not being done to anything. It is not being done to anything. This verb is intransitive. However, compared to this, male walks the dog for miles. Male walks the dog for miles. Now this is transitive. This time walks does have a direct object, the dog. You can change it to passive. The dog is walked by male for miles. Or you can say the dog is walked for miles by male. So therefore it is transitive. Some verbs can be both transitive and intransitive depending on the precise meaning. Depending on the precise meaning. Here is another example, dear student. The apes played in the woods. It is intransitive. Played in the woods. So it is intransitive verb. It cannot change into the passive, and also it does not contain any object or direct object. Okay. The apes played hide and seek in the woods. Now again, same verb we have played. Played is working here as an intransitive verb, and again played is here and it is working as a transitive. The ape played hide and seek in the woods, transitive. Now played what? Hide and seek in the woods. Here we say played what? We don't have any answer in the woods. So it means that, dear students, we can say and we can also easily change this sentence into the passive as well. We can change into the, so we can change this sentence, dear student, into the passive as well. For example, how will you change? Hide and seek, yes, was played by the apes. Okay, you can change apes in the woods, but here you can't change. You said the apes played in the woods. You can't change into the passive, and it cannot be done by you, dear students. But here the apes played hide and seek in the woods. You can say hide and seek was played by the apes in the wood. So the sentences which can easily change into the passive, you can say this is a transitive verb. And the sentence which cannot change into the passive, you can say it is a intransitive verb. Why it is intransitive verb? Because it does not contain clear object or a direct object, you can say. But the verb which can easily, the sentence which can easily change into the passive, you can say it is a transitive verb because it has a clear object or it takes a direct object. Dear students, now this is all about the lecture, and now you have a homework. Today is the Thursday, and we have homework schedule in our chart. You can see we have English. Now there are few sentences, and you have to change them into the passive, and then you have to send them to me by WhatsApp. I will check and I will tell you how many students are able to correct these sentences. Number one is someone has already paid the electrician for his work. Number two, they taught him French and gave him a dictionary. Number three, when we first met, they had already offered me a job at the bank. Number four, a man requested the stranger to leave the meeting. Number five, did he offend you? Number six, why didn't they fix the roof? Number seven, does listening to music disturb you? Number eight, when did they ring the church bells? Now, dear students, this is all about today's lecture. and see you in next lecture, inshallah. And you have 8 sentences homework. You can send me these sentences, solve these sentences, and send me by WhatsApp. See you in next lecture. Till that, Allah Hafiz.